Hey, what's happening, guys? I just got back from Spider-Man into the Spiderverse, and wow, that really was a great time. Really enjoyed that movie. I think it's especially hard for Spider-Man, which is a property that's had like four different iterations now on the big screen. You know, we've had the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, the Andrew Garfield ones, and now the Tom Holland ones. Um, and now Sony is off doing their own animated series. It's really hard for that to feel fresh. But against all odds, this movie really is awesome. Like, it's fresh. The visuals are just mind-boggling. The animation is just, wow, I've never seen anything like that. And I mean, that's obviously the angle they were going for. They made a comic book movie that's just literally a comic book by making it entirely animated. And it's really cool. Making a story about Miles Morales for the first time is also a really good angle to take. He's a great character with a lot of good stories and comics under his belt, but we haven't really seen him adapted on the big screen yet. And so I think that, like, sort of shifting the focus away from Peter Parker's there as kind of a mentor character, but shifting the focus away from Peter Parker's origin story for the umpteenth time also really helps make this whole experience feel fresh and new, despite it being, like, again, the fourth different version of Spider-Man we've seen recently. In terms of flaws, there are a few times when I think that the movie gets a little bit maybe too frantic. In the conclusion, when, you know, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's the final battle scene is nuts. But I feel like that should be. There's a couple of times where the movie becomes unnecessarily overwhelming. Not very often, but there were a couple scenes where it kind of took me out of it. Of just like, there's just a little bit too much going on here. It's ultimately distracting from what I think the movie is trying to accomplish. And additionally, while most of the humor lands, I did feel a little bit like the Spider-Man from an alternate universe who's essentially a diva from Overwatch, and the Peter Porker, the pig, were maybe taking the humor aspect just a tad too far. But all things considered, yeah, this is awesome. And I think this is Sony using the Spider-Man property well, and in a way that no other studio has really like tried before. This is absolutely worth seeing, and I know I'm late on this, and I'm sure that most of the people who want to see this have already seen it, but if you're on the fence about it, please, by all means, go see this movie. It's absolutely outstanding. Great character development, great visuals, great story. I mean, there's not really a lot to dislike here. I'm going to give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse an A, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.